Welcome to part 4 of my 4-part video series where I'm interviewing a student of the Wholesale Formula course. Now, this student happens to be my wife. See, I took the Wholesale Formula course about 7 years ago. I took it again about 4 or 5 years ago when they updated it, and since they continually update the course, I keep taking the course again and again because it just keeps getting better. Well, my wife took the course, the Wholesale Formula course, in January of 2021 and has started to apply what she's learned and found success. And so I decided to sit down with her and ask her about her experiences. If you missed part 1 or part 2 or part 3, I'll put a link down in the description below where you can gain access to that so you can watch those in order. But part 1 was focused on her experience with the Wholesale Formula course, what it was like, how it helped her. Part 2 was all about actually trying to find wholesale profitable leads to sell on Amazon, what her process was when it was looking like, searching for these and finding them. In part 3, I asked her questions asking about her interactions with brand owners, convincing brands to allow her to sell their items on Amazon, and how she was able to even outsource some things to a VA. Really good stuff. Well, this is part 4, and in part 4, she talked about her buying decisions. So what it was like, how she was able to secure the accounts, also more VA outsourcing, and even like maybe doing some new categories that she hadn't done before, thanks to wholesale accounts that she was getting and her successes with that. So let's get to that interview. Here's part 4, my interview with Rebecca Smotherman, student of the Wholesale Formula course. Welcome to part 4 of our 4-part series where I interview Rebecca, asking her about her experience with the Wholesale Formula course, buying and selling wholesale, getting a wholesale accounts, and just what that's been like. The focus of this part 4 is all about sourcing inventory, what it's been like to reach out to those brands. She was able to secure some accounts, and what's been going on since then, what she's been able to buy, the success, the failures. So kind of help us pick back up where we left off in our last video. Kind of tell us about the first couple accounts that you were able to get and the results that you had from those.
Yeah, so like we've talked about, it's a numbers game. And so I did a lot of chatting back and forth with various companies and wasn't able to secure any accounts through that. But I was through people who originally said no. I should be clear there. But there were a couple of accounts that I got right away from, I just sent the information, sent out my initial contact, and they were quick to set me up with an account. And that all happened within, I first started sending out the emails March 11th. And for that first account that I secured, I was able to place my opening order by March 22nd. So within 11 days of starting to contact people, I was able to not only get the account, but also place an order. And so when the part that comes in between those two in the sourcing process is, okay, I've got the account, now what? How do I know what they're offering that I might even be interested in? And so this particular company did not offer me a price list right away. I did get one later, but it didn't have it didn't have a UPC or anything attached to any of it. So I was like, what am I supposed to do with this to scan it? Well, here's what you do when you're in that situation. You enlist the help of your VA to find those UPCs and create the spreadsheet for you. So what I had her do, even before I got that original price list, is I got her set up with the login information for the wholesale section of this website and had her go through methodically each category, each web page, create a list of the title of the item, the UPC of the item, and the lowest wholesale price. They had multiple prices. They had the retail price, and they had the wholesale price, and then they had the wholesale if you buy X amount price. And so I had her go with that lowest one, and she created a spreadsheet for me. I want to say it had over 800 or 900 items on it. So that is definitely something I would hire a VA to do, because I did not want to sit there and copy and paste all of that. Mm-hmm. And she had it back to me within a day or two. And I was able to then take that spreadsheet, upload it into Tactical Arbitrage, scan it, and come back with a list of matches within the Amazon catalog, and then begin the whole process of analyzing the data that you would look at to decide, okay, is any of this anything that I actually would want to buy. Great, it's in the Amazon catalog, but is it worthwhile to me? And I was able to find a couple of ASINs that I was really interested in for that initial order. And like I shared in the previous video, I've got my notes here. I placed my opening order by on March 22nd, and by March 31st, the items had been shipped to our prep center, prepped, sent into Amazon, and we sold the first item. So from March 22nd to March 31st of me placing the order to us getting a sale from that. And that item is still selling well within that first week. So I placed my second order on April 7th. That first one was just kind of a test run, placed my second order April 7th. And I also went back and kind of looked through some other stuff again, tweaked my filters to see what, different results that I might come up with, and was able to place, an order for a different item as well. So that's been kind of the process with that first account.
Yeah, and we're filming this on April 15th. So, we're excited about seeing those results continue in.
Yeah, that first ASIN, we're almost sold out of it completely.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're excited about the next go round.
Yeah. So this item, what category was it in? And is this like a new category for you, or something that you have a lot of experience with?
So this first item was in the office products category, and I don't have a ton of experience. We've sold some items that fall within that category. It's an item that's kind of like borderline. Is it office? Is it home? I don't know. And some of the ASINs it's weird. Some of the ASINs from this this website, some of them fall within home, some of them fall within office, some of them end up in toys. And so I don't know. Anyway, you know how that goes with the Amazon categories. Sometimes it's creative how they're put together, but so that was kind of a new category for me, and I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but that ended up going really well. I will say for the second account that I got after that first one, so I think a week later, I got a second account with a different company and went back and forth with the lady who kind of works with sales there and getting the information to her that she needed on us, and then her getting to us the information we needed to place an order, to be able to scan a price list. They had a very usable price list with UPCs. So I was able to do that without any help from the VA. And then, worked back and forth with her on the placing the order. That is one thing that I'm learning. I've only had 2 accounts. That's not a lot. But it is so hit and miss what you're going to get as far as the ordering process goes. And especially if you're used to the Amazon way of doing things, super efficient. Not every company out there has a super efficient method of ordering their items. It's like, are you trying to make this harder for me to get stuff to buy stuff from you? And so the first company, it was super easy, did everything online, added stuff to my cart, was able to get everything done that way. But this second one, it was quite an ordeal of going back and forth of how am I supposed to fill out this form? You want me to fill out a form on paper? And anyway, it all worked out. Mm-hmm. She was able to get the order correct and send, it all worked out. And that one should be arriving at the warehouse. The Amazon warehouse is any moment now. I'm super excited about that. Where I was going with all of that, though, you asked about category. That one's in a category that we've never, to my knowledge, sold in, the pet category.
Yeah.
That was fun. Finding something that is completely new to us. We'll see how that goes. I'm excited to try something new, though.
Yeah, definitely. And so, being able to get some experience and learning a new category and stuff, was it you had a test order first and maybe not as heavy as you would have if you were more comfortable?
Definitely. You find out what their initial order minimum is, and then you kind of go from there, and also find out what the free freight minimum is, if there is such a thing. For some companies offer that and some don't, but find out if there is a free freight option, and then kind of go from there of okay, what's the best way to spread out my risk over. So the first company, I was able to just buy 2 ASINs, and I felt I was fine with that. I was comfortable with that. The second one, though, I want to say I bought 10 or 12 different ASINs to meet my initial opening order minimum, because I don't sell in the pet category, and so I'm not sure so I was able to spread it out and buy fewer items of each ASIN to see how that goes, knowing that I can always order more depending on how the results go, and I don't want to be stuck with a lot of something that I bought because I got, this is me, I get like really over eager when I'm like, I'm gonna buy 1,000,000 of these and then we end up with
like, slow down.
This is gonna be like the gold mine we've always dreamed of. So it took a lot of effort for me to do that, to spread it out over 10 or so ASINs and only buy a handful of items of each. But I think that we'll have good results with it, having done it that way.
Yeah, you had mentioned some wholesale brands, they kind of can make it really easy for you to buy from them, and other ones kind of make it a little bit harder. Like, I know one of my accounts, I actually have to drive to a FedEx office and fax in my order because they only accept orders via fax. So they're still in the 90s or early 90s, maybe.
Like
So, yeah, but I also see that as a barrier to entry for someone else who's not willing to go and fax in an order. And so it helps me set myself apart from competition. So if you come across something that might be a little annoying when you're trying to make an order or whatever, just realize it's probably annoying for everyone else and power through it, because other people might decide to give up.
Yeah, you could end up truly finding that gold mine that other people eventually are like, okay, I'm getting rid of that one because it's a pain to have to go through that process. So I'm only going to work with people that have a super streamlined ordering process. Well, if their products are still selling well, I'm willing to like spend a little time, like a little time, not a lot, but spend a little time jumping through that hoop to get that inventory.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to go fax because this is a brand that I've like 5 years now, I think.
Something like that.
That I've been able to reorder on a monthly basis for 5 years. And I don't go in and fax enough to like sign up for a faxing service on the computer online or anything like that. But I don't mind going and doing that because it's worth it. So with your wholesale accounts, do you have any exclusive accounts yet?
Well, no. Well, no. No, I just have I've only gotten the 2 accounts. I'm, still so new at this, and like it wouldn't even cross my mind at this point to even talk to them about exclusive, because I mean, we just started this relationship and it would be way too forward.
It'd be like proposing on the second date.
Yeah, something like that. And I mean, I think about like we're finally getting to the point where we're starting to think about talking to some of these accounts that we've had for a few years now about like, hey, what can we work out here as far as an exclusive on certain things? And it took us a while to get there because it definitely is a relationship, and you don't want to come in guns blazing thinking like, I can change everything for you and make it all perfect for you. You need to get rid of everybody else. Like, that's just too much.
Yeah, and also, like we've said through this entire video series, like, this is a numbers game.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to finding inventory for leads to reach out to, it's a numbers game. And you're only going to get a few out of the many that you find. And then when it comes to reaching out to the wholesale brands, it's a numbers game. You're going to only get so many yeses for the tons of no's that you get. And then eventually, when you want an exclusive account, that's going to be a numbers game where very, very few. But for the ones that fit, if you played the long game, you've been a really great customer, you can earn that potentially in the future. So, Rebecca, what's your overall plan, your strategy when it comes to using the wholesale formula for our Amazon FBA business at this point?
So, we've talked about, I'm at a point now where I feel like I'm getting more streamlined. I know the process of how to move from, it was kind of like the way we've set up these videos from, like I've done the research and the taken the course. So I know I'm not going to have to go back to that point each time, but basically the order that we've been talking through this, I do my scouting, I do my contacting, then I can do my sourcing, and just kind of setting up that cycle to go through it again and again, and figuring out ways along the way to streamline that more, find how my VA can help me more with that. And I am hoping over time to continue to learn what types of accounts I'm looking for, so that I'm not even, you can get to where, you're weeding out certain things earlier in the process than you would when you're just getting started and you're just like, I'm going to try anything. So my strategy is just going to be to continue doing this and tweaking it as I go. And we had talked about in the previous video about the contact stage. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to the point where I'm picking up the phone and calling people, either cold calling or calling to follow up on an email and have a chat about why I can turn their no into a yes and it be helpful for them. I don't know if I'll ever get to that point. And I honestly, at this point, I already firmly believe that even if I never get to that point, we are still going to find great inventory using this method. And so we'll just go from there and see how it progresses. And I know we've talked about, too, since there's the two of us working on it, he's already got some well-established accounts. Once some of these other ones get to be more established, like, are there ways that we can tweak it so that I'm doing certain steps in this process and he's doing certain steps so that it's not me going through all of those steps each time? Will we get to a point where I'm doing this and he's doing this in the process, and we each kind of have our own job that we're doing in all of this? I don't know. We're still trying to figure that out, how that's going to end up going. But so far, I'm pretty excited about how it's gone. We're already, making money off of my efforts at this, and I don't know how it could go anywhere but up at this point as far as getting more accounts and finding more things.
Yeah, right now, yes. So like right now with what you're doing with the wholesale formula, you've gone through the course, you've put it into action, you've started to see success, and you've been doing everything. I mean, other than what you've outsourced to a VA.
Right.
You've been doing everything.
You have not been involved.
Right.
Other than your email being co-opted by me. But.
Right. And so, we're recording this on April 15th, so you're like just 2 months into the wholesale formula, putting it into action and already seeing some success. Would you be open to possibly another interview series sometime in the future as you get even more experience?
We'll see. I'm open to it. I don't know if I'll have any more to share later on. We'll see. Maybe I will.
If we do, we'll put that together. If it happens sometime in the future, who knows if it will.
Yeah. I don't want to commit to that because I want to wait and see how things go. But I don't know why there wouldn't be more great stuff to report based on how things have gone so far.
Yeah. That sounds good. Well, thank you for being open to that. And thank you for hanging out with me for a while.
Well, I like to hang out with you.
It is fun.
But, thanks for chatting with me, asking me some questions.
Yep. So, fulltimefba.com. If you're not subscribed to our newsletter list, come on, what are you waiting for? And we're really glad you just hung out with us for a while, learning about the wholesale formula and our experience, or actually her experience with the wholesale formula. And hopefully it's encouraged you to stick with it, continue to find success, put in that hard work, put into the patience that's needed, trust the system in the process, and you can start seeing those results too. Well, this has been a fun time. Thank you so much again for joining us, and we'll see you on Facebook and in your inbox sometime soon. Bye. So that was part 4 of my 4-part series interviewing my wife, Rebecca, about her experience with the Wholesale Formula course and what has gone on in the months following her taking the course and her successes with Wholesale. You can find success too with Wholesale. The Wholesale Formula course is built to help you from start to success with your journey in adding wholesale successfully to your Amazon FBA business. So if you want to check out the course, fulltimefba.com/wholesale formula. The course is only open for a short time. There's only probably a few days left when you're watching this, if you're watching this in March of 2022. So it is open for a very short amount of time. Check out the time on that it's available, fulltimefba.com/wholesale formula. We've got a $2,000 bonus package that we're going to throw in if you purchase the course through our link, fulltimefba.com/wholesale formula. And if you want to know more about that bonus package and what it entails and what we're giving you, you can check that out, fulltimefba.com/TWF bonus. So this has been a video series where I've walked you through my wife's experience, and she's walked you through with the wholesale formula. You can get that total experience as well and be a part of the wholesale formula community, because that's what's awesome about the wholesale formula. You're in a community with others who are growing together, learning together, finding success together. So you're not just going to go through this course all by yourself and just kind of be left alone after you enroll in the course. No, you are with a group of people who are also going to be finding success with you. So again, FultonFBA.com/wholesale formula. If you are watching this after March of 2022 and the course is closed, you can go to the same link, FultonFBA.com/wholesale formula, to sign up for a wait list, and I will notify you as soon as the course opens to the public again, so you don't miss out on it at all. The Wholesale formula revolutionized our Amazon business. It's helped us turn part-time hours into a full-time income, and it can do the same for you. Highly recommend the Wholesale formula. Check it out, FultonFBA.com/wholesale formula. Well, this has been Steven Smotherman. Thanks for joining us. FultonFBA.com. Sign up. Be sure you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.